In a previous video, we discussed NCSoft and their latest software, Purple. We also talked about Lineage 2M, which is one of their recent mobile titles. I mentioned how I wanted to try this game, and I've had people reach out to me through Discord and walk me through step by step how to play, which isn't really many steps. So after messing around with Purple and playing Lineage 2M for about 5 or 6 hours, I want to make this first impression. In my latest format, we always do more of a let's play first impression video, but for this one, we're just kind of going to discuss it. As you guys see the gameplay, I'm going to talk over it. This is more of an overview because you would not want to see a let's play of this, and I'll explain why. But first, let's just talk about my experience with it from start to finish. So the Purple software is pretty easy to get set up. I will link a file down below that you can download, but keep in mind that this is something I received from a viewer. So download this at your own risk. It's worked for me, but keep that in mind. This is not from an official website. And getting set up from there is pretty self-explanatory. You just kind of link your account. You don't need a Korean social security number, and you don't need to verify any type of identity with a phone number or anything like that. Also didn't need a VPN. But in the case that you do, I have reached out to ExitLag and requested that they add servers for the Purple emulator. And whenever people request stuff, they're usually pretty fast on it. So I'll link ExitLag down below as well if you guys need access to that, because who knows if they're going to end up changing this and restricting our access. But yeah, it's a very clean looking emulator, but it's kind of naked. There's not much on it at the moment except Lineage 2M and some type of chat system, and then you have other tabs. And if you're using this, I would recommend that you download a translator on your phone as well if you need help with anything. So my thoughts on Purple: fucking clean. And I hope that this becomes an official thing that we can just kind of put all sorts of APKs in and play like any mobile game in it, because it ran really well. And if some of you are watching this and you're wondering what Purple is because you skipped my last video on this, it's just NCSoft's own official emulator to kind of bridge the gap between PC games and mobile games. Will this allow you to play more than just NCSoft's games? We don't know yet, but it would be pretty cool if they do end up allowing that. But I think this thing was mainly made for Lineage 2M. Now, once I started at Lineage 2M, you get hit with this cinematic, and I have to say that it was really well done. It was almost on the same level of Blizzard cinematics to me. And that might be a bold statement, but in my opinion, just watch this. And then throughout the cinematic, you are put into the game here and there, maybe once or twice, as one of the main story characters. And I guess this is to make it more immersive, but it doesn't really do a good job at that because you're just clicking one thing on the screen to do a combo of attacks, and it's almost like, why did you waste my time with this? And once you're out of that cinematic, you get to choose your character race and class. And some classes are restricted to certain races, or it seems more like certain races can't play certain classes. And I chose the bald-headed, dark elf looking guy that plays a dual wielding class. Once out of the tutorial or opening cinematic, I was wondering, did I skip character customization? Where was that at? Was there an option that I didn't click? So I went back and made another character on a different server, only to realize that there is no character customization. And that's because you later find out that this is pretty much a gacha game. There are these cards that you can purchase. I don't know if there's an in-game way to obtain them. There probably is, because it would be really unfair if there wasn't. But I didn't discover that, at least with my 5 or 6 hours of playing. And if I could find out how to purchase the currency, I definitely would have, just for research purposes. But yeah, it looks like you obtain them that way, so it's RNG, it's a typical gacha. From the look of it and from the gameplay, you wouldn't expect this to be a gacha game. And I do find this system to be kind of weird. I'm not really a fan of it, but at the same time, it's kind of cool, because if you see someone else out in the world playing a certain character, you know that they have that ultra rare or super rare character unlocked. And it also seems that characters have different tiers, so as you progress, as you level, they kind of evolve or upgrade. At level 5, my character obtained new gear or a new look, and it seems the next one is at 40, and then I think 60. Now I don't know if this is for every character, I'm assuming it is, but it could also be exclusive to just the main character, so take that with a grain of salt. The combat, the look of this game, the UI, it is all so clean. It looks so damn good. And for a mobile game, the UI, like I said, it's pretty clean. It's not that cluttered for a mobile game, because some of these mobile games have so much going on the screen, and it's almost as if they're always trying to advertise, hey, spend some premium currency, go here, you have this notification, and it drives my OCD insane. This game did not manage to do that my entire time playing. And even though it's like a gacha game, there is some form of customization, or at least modifying your character with gear, although you don't notice any visible change from the armor, and there's also stat points that you can spec your character a certain way, more strength, more dex. There's fast traveling as well, which is always nice, but what's weird is that you can even fast travel to places you haven't been. So if you have a quest, you can just fast travel there. And the questing system, it's just, a lot of talking to an NPC, but mainly just killing mobs. And it starts you off with kill 10, kill 20. Kill 30, kill 5 of this, 2 of this, 1 of this. So it seems the main questing or gameplay of this is just going to be a bit grindy. I've even had some kill 70 quest. But here is the main part of the game, which is why we're not really able to discuss much, and which is why I decided let's just talk about it after 5 or 6 hours. Because yes, the game has autoplay if you haven't noticed already, auto pathing, teleporting, and auto grinding, or auto killing mobs. Now this is normal in mobile games, I don't really think I have to explain this, but most of the time I don't find it bad depending on the game. Take Azur Lane for example, where you have these sexy anime waifus. The actual gameplay of this, at least in my opinion, isn't the greatest thing in the world. It's like a arcade shooter, and being able to run this on autoplay to level up your waifus, it's not a bad thing, because I think the main appeal to this game is just collecting characters and exploring all the other features like dorms and interacting with the characters. I don't really think it's about that gameplay, but for this it's almost the entire game. You're never really in control. I mean, you can be, but it's very pointless. Why would you want to be in control spamming a skill when you could just autoplay everything, and autoplay is going to do it that much better for you? So sometimes with games like this, they're autoplay and heavily autoplay, but eventually you get to a point where there's like PvP or raids where autoplay is just disabled, or it's not the move, it's not something you want to do, because you'll get killed. And I have died a couple times, but that's because I ran out of potions that also auto heal you. I like went to the kitchen or something and forgot that the game was still going, and I'm farming mobs even though the quest is done, run out of potions and end up dying. But for my 5 or 6 hours, everything was autoplay. The only time I had to do anything was teleporting to new areas, clicking on a new quest, or maybe doing some type of 2-second tutorial to move on to the next quest. Other than that, it was like teleport here, 5 minutes of auto killing, teleport here, 5 minutes of auto killing, teleport here, 10 minutes of auto killing. It's just the same thing over and over and over, and it kind of sucks because this is such a beautiful game, and the fact that they went through making Purple and putting it on here, it does play really well on Purple. One thing I didn't speak on is how Purple already has these default keybinds for you. I did change them up a bit, but they're all placed very well. It feels like you're playing a PC MMORPG, and you can configure this on any other emulator, but Purple just has it by default, and it's nice. So other than the autoplay thing, it's nice. I do appreciate a good autoplay in a game like this. If I got 70 mobs to kill, please put that on autoplay. I wish Black Desert had some form of autoplay, but I don't want it to be the entire thing. So from reaching level 21 or in my 20s, this is just kind of how my experience has been. The game looks good, the game plays good, combat is flashy, the UI is nice, the sound effects, it ran smooth the entire time. The game, the emulator, but it's all autoplay. I don't really see the appeal in it. Maybe I have to get to 40 or 60 to where I discover you can't autoplay the game. But this is just a first impression video, so also take that with a grain of salt. If there's anybody who's played past this and has got to the parts of the game where it actually does become difficult, please let us know in the comments section. But this is also the same reason that I haven't returned to Black Desert Mobile. Even though it releases soon and I hear it's going to be different, I haven't really had the excitement or interest to return to it, though I'm sure I'm going to do it anyway just because I want to see what's changed. But the last time I played that, I remember that the entire thing was autoplayed. So maybe here it's the same gacha effect where you're supposed to just enjoy having and looking at these flashy characters as they kill stuff. That's where the fun is. It's more like a collectible game that just has a very nice presentation. Or maybe I'm missing something. Lineage 2M, that was my experience with it. It's a damn good looking game. I'll probably still play it on the side when I'm watching YouTube videos. I mean, I spent a lot of time watching YouTube or Vinland Saga while autoplaying the game, so I'll probably continue doing that, and if I discover that the game does have some type of skill cap or I reach some kind of barrier, then I will continue making more content on it, or at least a follow-up video. But for now, this is how my experience with the game has been. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening to me rant about Purple and Lineage 2M, and let me know what you guys think down below. And with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next video. See you soon, friends.